Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, I want to start by talking directly about a feeling I think we all know a little too well. It's that moment when they told you it was over, when they said you were too late, that you were too broken, or honestly just way too far behind to ever catch up. And maybe in the absolute quietest, darkest moments of your journey, you even started to believe them. Actually, scratch that, we've all believed them at some point. But look at where you are right now. You are still here. You're showing up. And guys, that means something profound. It means the story isn't finished yet.
They told you it was over. We often feel completely isolated when we hit a wall, kind of thinking we're the only ones who have ever failed this deeply. But the truth? Every single person who has ever built something great, every legend, every champion, literally anyone who's changed the world, they all shared a moment exactly like this. A moment where everything was just falling apart, and giving up made complete logical sense. But they chose not to.
So that brings us to a really crucial question, and it's one we almost never stop to ask ourselves. What is the real cost of quitting? I mean, we usually think of quitting as a relief, right? Like putting down this massive, heavy backpack. But today, we're going to completely reframe that whole idea.
Section 1. The cost of quitting. The lie of giving up.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We really need to confront a massive societal misconception here. From a super young age, we're subtly taught that quitting is just a sign of weakness, or that it's taking the easy road out when things get tough. That's society's lie, that quitting is the easy road. But the actual truth? Quitting is absolutely the most painful road. Why? Because when you give up, you don't just lose the goal. You don't just lose the dream, or the business, or the race. You lose yourself. You lose the version of you that could have existed on the exact opposite side of that struggle. And honestly, that is the real cost of quitting. It's not the dream. It's you.
Moving on to Section 2. Pain is the price, redefining the struggle.
So, if quitting costs us our ultimate potential, how in the world do we push through the pain that makes us want to quit in the first place? Well, we need to totally shift how we interpret physical, mental, and emotional pain during our personal growth journey. Look, when your legs burn while running, that is not your body telling you to quit. That's your body adapting. It's leveling up. In the exact same way, when your business is failing or a project is totally stalling out, that is not the universe telling you that you're wrong. That is simply the universe testing how badly you actually want it. Pain isn't a red light telling you to stop. Pain is just the price of admission.
I absolutely love this quote from Muhammad Ali. When somebody asked him how many sit-ups he did, he famously said, "I only start counting when it starts hurting." I mean, how incredibly powerful is that? He didn't count his early sit-ups because, well, those were easy. The real work only began when the pain set in, because pain is exactly where champions are made.
Start where the pain begins. If you're hitting a plateau in your own life right now, let me tell you, this is the exact mindset required to push past it. That discomfort you're feeling, it isn't the end of your journey. It's literally the starting line for your growth. All right, Section 3. The bamboo tree principle. The power of unseen growth.
Now, this brings us to one of my absolute favorite concepts in personal development. There is something truly fascinating about the Chinese bamboo tree, and it just perfectly illustrates the power of unseen growth and the absolute necessity of daily persistence. So check this out. You plant it, you water it, you fertilize it. Year 1 passes, zero visible growth. Year 2, you keep showing up with daily persistence, watering the soil, zero visible growth. Year 3, continued effort, literally nothing. Year 4, deep underground work, and still not a single inch above the ground. Just think about that for a second. 4 entire years of daily habits, daily persistence, with absolutely nothing to show for it. And you know what? This is exactly where most people walk away. They throw their hands up and say, "This doesn't work. I've been doing this for years."
Now, what's really interesting about this is what happens next. In the 5th year, something absolutely incredible happens. The bamboo grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. 90 feet! That's like a 9-story building. So the obvious question is, was it just chilling, not growing during those first 4 years? Well, of course it was growing. It wasn't dormant. It was growing underground, building this massive root system, deep enough to actually support the incredible height that was coming.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what is happening in your life right now. Your struggle, that is your root system. It's the invisible underground foundation built through your daily, persistent effort. You might not see the results today or tomorrow or even next month, but you are building your underground foundation right now. And let me tell you, when you finally break the surface, absolutely nothing is going to stop you.
Section 4. Nearing the breakthrough. The darkest moment.
I want to be completely honest with you here. The hardest part of this entire journey, the part that frankly breaks the most people, it always happens right before the turning point. It's that darkest moment just before the breakthrough. Just think about the student who almost dropped out with just one semester left to graduate, or the entrepreneur who almost closed the doors forever just 3 months before the deal that changed everything. The fighter who almost retired in total despair just one single fight before winning the championship. Guys, these things happen every single day. People come so dangerously close to their breakthrough, and they walk away just before the dawn.
The absolute, undeniable truth is this. You don't know how close you are. You simply cannot know. And that is exactly why you have to keep going. Not because it's easy, not because success is 100% guaranteed by tomorrow morning, but because the alternative, wondering what if, for the rest of your life, man, that is a weight you will carry forever.
Which brings us to Section 5, your personal declaration, a promise to yourself.
All right, so it's time to build some momentum here. We are going to establish a totally new baseline. I want you to say this out loud. Seriously, say it out loud right now. So loudly that any doubt in your mind literally has to pack up and leave the room. Ready? I will not give up. Let this be the absolute foundation of everything you do from this day forward.
And this brilliantly illustrates the true nature of courage. Not because I'm fearless, but because I am afraid and I'm moving forward anyway. You see, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking the action despite the fear. It's looking right at the terrifying reality of the obstacle in front of you and deciding to step into it anyway.
Not because the path is clear, but because I trust that I'll find the way. Sometimes you just have to move forward blindly. You have to rely on those unseen roots, that exact daily persistence we talked about with the bamboo tree, completely trusting that your foundation is going to hold you up when the storm hits.
Not because success is promised, but because I am promised to myself. Listen to me on this one. You were not built to be ordinary. You were not put on this earth to just play it safe and die with your greatness still trapped inside you. No way. The world needs what only you can give.
So I leave you with this question to ask yourself. What greatness will you take to the grave if you stop watering your roots today? Think about the version of you that is waiting on the exact opposite side of this struggle. So rise, fight, endure, and no matter what